Oh, yeah, sure. Record. 1, 2, we are recording now. I'm now hosting. Hello. Cannot hear Matt. Oh, hang on. How does the audio here work? Okay, hang on. Hang on a minute here. Need to... Alright, how am I gonna do this so that way? Can I add Discord as an audio device? Oh Jesus, hang on a minute here. Audio. I genuinely don't know. Hang on. Media source? Nope. Can't hear Matt. Gotta add that as a display and give me a second, folks. Audio input capture, maybe that. Audio output. Input or output? Audio output. Oh, no, wait. Desktop audio. That. Yes. Yes. Hang on. Hang on. This.
If
This?
we use the desktop audio,
I think we're good now. I think we're good.
All right.
I need Matt and Joe to speak.
I am speaking.
Speaking.
Joe, let's do it.
Hold on.
Let's do a duet.
All right.
Let's do
duet.
All right,
no Les
everyone.
Mis?
Most
I'm not that
scuffed ass beginning to the stream.
Now we
734,
good.
I rolled a 7 on my die when you said roll a d8.
We Gucci.
We are indeed Gucci. All right. So quick recap again, just for posterity's sake and for the recording. These guys are on a makeshift elevator that Alstis, our gnome friend, created, hurling down towards a pirate ship after sending a big wagon, heavily laden with supplies, over the edge and into the center of it. You find yourselves moving down quickly with Alstis, a big smile on his face, holding his hand on the brake and controlling the descent just enough so that you don't quite smash to your death. At this point, on your way down with... oh, how many people are we having? That's right.
7.
So you rolled a 7. That means 7 people are missing. 7 people had to be left behind. And we're gonna, again, for posterity's sake, we're gonna say it's 7 faceless people. Because, once I put a name to people, if I get rid of them, you're gonna make me name someone else.
That's right. That's how it works.
So, let me make a note of that. That 7 are left behind. And I need everyone to go ahead and roll initiative. Oh, yeah, Sanders.
Would this be a disadvantage?
Would it be what?
Would this be a disadvantage or no?
We are exhausted, so yeah.
Is it ability checks? So I believe
Initiative.
so.
Initiative is considered an ability check.
Yeah, and what first level of exhaustion is disadvantage on ability? So it would be.
All right, so I got a 9.
I got an 8. I got an 8.
Okay. 9, 8. And then Alstis is working. We got a 15, and then you one more because of disadvantage. 5. Perfect. So, Euphoria at the top with a 9, right? You're the top person.
Top in the party.
A 985 is Euphoria. 8 is not Zephahim, which is what I almost wrote, but Dokai. And then Alstus. Perfect.
You are a fool, Matt.
You
That's
are gonna have.
There's gonna be the zoom out. It's just our characters from the other game playing this game of Dungeons and Dragons. Oh,
Look
I
at this!
ruined it.
I've invented a 20-side dice.
I ruined the reveal.
So you guys, as you're descending, you have this controlled descent. You're looking down. You kind of look up for a second and watch as those people you left behind are disappearing rather quickly up ahead as they look down at you, kind of wide-eyed. You see Blanchett with this huge smile on his face, with a sword in his hand, as he is just screaming on the way down. You have a round to prepare in any or do something in any way you would like. Euphoria, what would you like to do?
Just on the way down?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you have a controlled descent, they are rather in chaos after this cart smashed into them.
Oh God, I'm just gonna hold on. There's really nothing else I can do here.
Yeah.
This is not what I was expecting.
All right, holding on tight.
Holding on to my cigar too, as tightly between my lips as I possibly can.
Dokai, would you like to do anything in particular on the way down?
Sure. Why the hell not? I'm gonna slow fall.
What are you gonna do?
We're descending at control, right? We're not like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
Oh,
being.
alright, then I don't need to slow fall then. I'm good.
Okay. Alstus, you got any prep spells you wanna cast?
Like, am I the crazy one? That's fine.
I'm sorry. What was that? Well, I'm sorry. What was that?
Yeah. So you guys are descending down to battle, pretty much. And because you made such a damn fine elevator, you have a round, like, to prep, to do something to prep or anything like that. I mean, if you feel like throwing something at the boat, whatever you want to do, you have a round that's almost like free. So I'm just seeing if anyone wants to do anything.
Okay. How far is it away?
Well, this is during your descent, so I can say, we can get some wiggle room. You can say you're still really high up. You can say you wait till you get a little closer.
All right. Is it water under? Like, is it water below?
Directly below you is actually the ship. It got right about there, but there's definitely water, elsewhere.
Okay.
Everywhere.
I would just wait until I'm within range, and I would fire a shot off with a dart with a needle and thread, if I could at the closest target. But that's only.
Yeah, sure. I'll let you get that off. You can do that while you're still descending, so that it doesn't, it's almost like an extra action. And that's a ranged weapon, so you definitely be able to do it. So you can make an attack, definitely.
I will do that if I can.
Yeah.
24. The first roll.
Yes. 24 will hit. Why don't you roll for damage?
All right.
Man, that's a good first attack roll of the night.
Yeah. So, Matt, what was the first round of damage? Was it the electric, or is that the next round? Do I have to wait to do that?
The next round, because you have to connect for a round.
Okay.
So I believe it's just a D4 plus.
So yeah. So just ignore if it says anything else. This is going to be the. Oh, see, you didn't do it. All right. So it's. Hold on. I'll just.
Because you get the piercing the first round, and then you can use the.
That's 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay. 6 points.
I'm a happy camper.
Yeah, and it is stuck in this guy. You notice he like turns around and is looking up, and he like catches your eye for a second, and you just toss this needle out. The first time you're using it in combat.
Can I
you're
say?
not
Can I
sure.
say that I jerry-rigged so I don't have to actually throw it? I can just like launch it from my arm.
100%.
All right.
Yeah, you
I don't,
have
I
like
don't do the throwing thing as much. I feel like that's
yeah, you hooked it up to this little launcher, and you just
yeah.
almost like a mini crossbow connected to your arm. You just shoot it out. It
Perfect.
sticks directly into this guy's chest, opposite side of the heart. Otherwise, it might have done a little more damage. But yeah, definitely he is stuck, and he is unable to get it out at the moment.
All right, that's my turn. Now, I'll bonus I can just command the rope to brace to attach myself to the elevator in case the worst happens. I'll have a lifeline.
Sure.
All right.
I want you to do one more thing, Alstus, to see what happens when you get to the bottom of this. Because I want to see, like, after this fairly controlled descent, if when you get to the bottom, if you can slow down quickly enough, to not just all topple out onto the onto the deck of the ship.
Okay.
So, I would think that would be like a strength to be able to like pull the thing enough, but if you can give me another skill that makes sense to you, I'm open to that.
Can I utilize my Tinker's tools to basically place kind of some kind of brake winch in there to slow it down, or whatever, anything I could scrounge up from the cart to kind of handbrake it?
Sure. Yeah, definitely. And that's what I imagine is. So this is more of a check of like how well that the handbrake component of this is able to engage at the end, not all at once, so that you just get jerked off of it. Sure. So you can give me a tinkering check at disadvantage.
All right.
I know I said
That's
jerked off. I'm very
15
sorry,
is the
guys.
lower roll.
All right, yeah, no, damn good. So you do, in fact, and there's a little bit of a jolt, but you do slow the descent as then it stops just a bit above the deck of the ship. Everyone has kept their hold, kept their footing on this elevator, and you are all
Awesome.
a bit above it. That could not have gone better. Undoubtedly, it'll keep going just as well for you
I
guys.
believe so.
With that top of the round at the deck, we are going to have some people start throwing spears at you. So
Okay.
I'm going to do... That's alright, he's the bottom of the... Alright, so roll on a d6, that's going to be 6 attacks.
Okay.
And there's 3 of you guys, so you each are going to get 2, because I'm equitable like that.
They were all ready to have a carriage drop on the...
They were not, but they had, because you had a slow descent was probably good for you. It also gave them an extra few seconds to be like, okay, get themselves together. So enough of them are able to grab spears, and they're just gonna chuck them.
Okay. This is gonna end well.
Okay. So the first attack is going to be. Let's do Dokai's first. First attack against you. Oh no, I didn't want to roll a d6. That doesn't make sense. Let's do a d20 instead. Yeah, I didn't think if I rolled a d6, I probably won't hit very many of you guys. So first one is a natural 20.
Oh shit.
And let's do the second spare just for posterity's sake too. That's only a 5. So 1 hits you, but it's going to do the damage of 2. Okay. So that's going to be 9 points of piercing damage.
As a reaction, I will deflect missiles.
Nice. Okay. So you roll for that, right? To see how much of the damage you're able to... 7. Nice. All right. So at that, you kind of like matrix back and just swat it. But as it does, it scrapes up your arm a bit. just enough to kind of piss you off and hurt you a bit, but not enough to do as much damage as it otherwise would have. And now the big Mr. Man. It's a 14 hit, Euphoria.
14 will not hit.
All right. How about a natural 1?
Definitely not.
I don't. Usually I like to give attacks of opportunity. That kind of thing.
It was a thrown spear, so that wouldn't.
But it's a thrown spear. Yeah. So we're just gonna go right on as Alstus. Alstus, that's a natural 20 to hit.
Yes, sir. What was that?
Yep. All right. So that's gonna be and max damage. That's gonna be 13 points of piercing damage against Alstus. Wow.
13?
All right. The second attack against Alstus is going to be a 21 to hit.
What the fuck?
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
I can hear you just
all
fine.
right.
All right. Well, attack hits me.
Okay. Dokai, check out chat because they're trying to give you some. I don't know if that's what you did, but they're saying stuff about deflect.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Because if you're supposed to get those additions, you probably just deflected the whole thing, right? That's 5 points of damage.
So the first attack hits me.
Yeah, I believe you. Here it is. Okay, now I see it.
Okay. Yeah, Alstus, the first attack was 13 points of piercing damage. The second attack was just 5.
All right.
I couldn't hear you that
So
time. Oh,
after the first attack.
Yep.
After the first attack, I damage.
Cutting in and out a bit. I'm having a little trouble catching what you're saying.
What?
Fuck.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right.
So, can y'all hear me?
Yes. The
Yes.
sound on this camera is not cutting in and out.
All right. What I was trying to say was, I get hit by that first attack, take that damage, but then after I take that damage, I disappear. I vanish.
As a reaction?
As a reaction, sir. Yes, indeed. Specifically for situations like this.
Perfect. Okay, so you
So-
disappear.
So that is called fade away, and it is a gnome racial trait that I picked up.
Are you still there? Are you like invisible, or have you actually gone away?
I am invisible until the end of my next turn.
Okay, so that second attack is going to be at disadvantage then.
I posted it in the chat. Exactly.
So let's just see if that. So the second attack would have then been a 6.
So that does not hit.
Yeah. Okay. So you only take that damage from the first one. Makes sense. Oh, that is a cool, man. So let's just play the next campaign where we're all just gnomes, because that's really
No
what
thanks.
I'm feeling. The Warrens of Gundungarian. I'm feeling it, guys.
There you
go. Okay. At that, you are all on this platform. You had specified kind of how high. I thought you wanted to be like 10 feet above the deck, Alstus. I remember you said that specifically in your design for this. So you guys are just above. And
Correct.
Euphoria is up next. You're up, Monsieur.
Okay. I am flanked by how many of the...
You are not flanked.
No, not by the enemy,
Oh.
because we all came down the same platform together,
Gotcha,
and we're just getting pelted, correct?
Yeah. They kind of got a...
About how far am I away from any enemies? Just try to understand the layout of the battlefield here.
Probably about 10 feet or so, and you're just above, so, 10, 12 feet or so.
Okay, so if I was to move to attack someone, would I be incurring an attack of opportunity from multiple people, or no?
No. No, that would be kind of like you jumping down onto the actual deck off of this platform and just beginning to press the battle.
All right. Is there anyone off to a side or something that I would be able to kind of snaffle off that is not in a good position?
Roll a perception check as you look around for someone very quickly.
That would also be a disadvantage.
It is a disadvantage. It's not going to take an action from you, but it would be a
Perception.
disadvantage.
That's only a 3.
A 3. You can't really see. They've kind of all like tight knit themselves together a bit. You have to remember this is a long ship too, but it's very large and it's all on one level. So even the rowers are on like one level of this, so it's pretty wide and open. Think kind of like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, if you guys have seen that. Like a larger ship from that game.
Okay, I'm going to.
I mean, you definitely see people to attack, but no one that you could like get in a bad situation, opportunistic kind of thing.
All right, I'm going to take the. I'm going to stay in place. I'm not going to be holding my action. I'm going to be taking the defense or dodge action, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to stay in place and sort of defend my allies who just got hit horribly. So I'm going to sort of stand there.
Sure.
Ready.
Do you stay on the platform or you jump down onto the deck?
I stay with my allies.
Okay.
Where they were. They didn't jump off, so I see no reason to jump off like that.
Sure. You have the high ground, as it is.
Yeah.
Perfect. Dokai, you're up next.
Okay, I'm just gonna rush in. Nearest enemy.
Okay, yeah, you jump down, hit the deck, and just barrel forward. Roll to attack.
Wow, that's sad. I went to reach for a real dice. Alright.
Miss real dice, guys. We'll get back to it.
Alright, so that's gonna be a 16 to hit.
16 will definitely hit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, roll for damage on that. And what you have your sword out?
Yeah, my short sword, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, so you rushed out, first one onto the deck, just barrel right to the middle of these enemies.
Nice.
Feeling nice. 10 damage.
And then with my so I'll kind of swing for the throat, and then in the same motion I'll come around with the left and throw a hook. And
yeah, this guy, that takes him down.
okay. Yeah, that's a natural 20 on the offhand attack, so.
And that's for a second guy, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
If the first guy got knocked down, then I'm just gonna...
Yeah, he goes right down, and like as you pull the sword back, you kind of turn and hit with your arm on the other guy. Hit with your arm on the other guy. What great narration you guys get from your DM, man.
That's 6 damage.
6 points of damage, perfect. Okay, that ends your turn?
Yep, and I drop somebody to 0, so I get 6 temp hit points.
Yeah, go for it.
Which is pretty cool.
Nice. Alright, Alstus, you're up.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to. Is the elevator still there? The platform still there?
You are on it currently, yeah.
Yeah,
It is suspended.
I'm going to stay on that, and I'm going to peek out from just over the edge, and I'm going to wind the gear, wind the lever on my wrist, and I'm going to charge. I'll send down an electrical charge to that fellow who has the needle stuck in him.
Right, and he has to roll a save on that?
I believe it's a deck save, a 13 at disadvantage.
That's right, disadvantage because it's stuck in his freaking chest. What are you supposed to do? Man, I like this. I should have made it a con save or something though, because how do you dodge something in your chest? But well,
I would think
we
it
can
would
always.
be a deck save until it's in your chest. Then would be a con save.
Yeah. Well, live and learn. I'll change it for the next campaign. Okay, so that's not great on the dex. That's a natural 20.
A disadvantage?
Nope. That's a 15 at
Oh,
disadvantage.
I didn't roll damage. Well, okay, it takes half then.
Okay. So that's 14 half to 7.
Oh, so that was
That was a 2-hit. All right.
It's 12. It's 12. It's 12 damage.
12 half to 6.
Correct. Lightning. Yeah.
That does actually kill him. So as it jumps into his chest, you see him kind of shake and get thrown back. As it happens, the needle dislodges from his chest and just winds up and goes right back to your wrist.
Perfect. All right. Then I'm gonna duck right back onto the elevator. Try not to get hit by any range attacks.
Perfect.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you got some cover there if you're like ducking down a little bit too.
I'm at single-digit health, so I'm trying not to get hit again.
Yeah. Oh my god. Did you have damage? Oh, that's right. You never rested, so you never got back here.
No, I did, but I got hit for
You can hide
13
behind
points.
me. I am taking the
He is, yeah.
defensive action.
But I don't need. I thought, but wouldn't you be on the deck?
He didn't
I
jump down on
jump
the
off.
deck, no.
I said
Well, I don't have to hide
I
behind.
said I was gonna stand and protect you guys, and then you guys were like, "I'm gonna jump off."
I didn't jump off, and I do not like to hide behind people because people move and elevator platforms tend to stay where they are. So I'm just gonna stay behind.
It does have a little bit of a sway to it now that it's at the bottom of this room.
That's all right. I don't mind.
A little bit of pendulum action. All right. So with that, after Alstus, at that point, a bunch of the of Blanchett's men start jumping off and rushing right next to you, Dokai, as they're pushing their way in to this battle. I'm gonna use the same super quick. I'm trying to find a good mass battle mechanic for D&D because it's not really made for that. So as I roll a D100 and low numbers are good for Blanchett's men, that's only a 15. So with that, they cut down that front line of guys, including the one that you just hit. Right? They just like cleave through them. As the second wave of them, so to speak, is kind of like standing behind. But the guys that you pressed into, Dokai, are officially extinguished. And at that, it is the baddie's turn again. Alright, so they are... this next line of people are actually going to prepare themselves to be attacked.
Okay.
So, Euphoria, you are going to be up next.
Okay. If they're preparing themselves to be attacked, and there's already a line. There's like there's a battle occurring.
Yeah, there is definitely skirmishes happening below you at this point.
Does it look like the hurled weapons are done since they've been thrown?
It looked like that front line of like 6 guys that was like ran forward. They were the ones with spears. They threw them at you. They got cut down, and the next line all have swords out by their sides, and they're just like ready for this bunch of people that jumped down. I will say Musha and Blanchett are still with you up on this platform. They're trying to Musha's staying with Blanchett, but Blanchett is like holding onto one of the ropes, leaning out and trying to give commands, screaming them down at his men.
Are there any of the thrown spears around me? Since one missed with a natural one, would it be safe to say that one is pretty much right next to me?
Oh yeah, I'll with the natural one. That's a good consequence for natural one. I like that. Yeah. So one of the spears is right there next to you.
Can I pick it up and I want to just huck that thing directly, especially since I have the high ground directly. It would be significantly easier to hit someone that's lower than you than above you. So
Definitely.
I'm thinking that that'd probably be a good idea to take that and throw that before moving into attack in melee.
Yeah. Roll to attack.
All right, I don't know what I'd be rolling to attack, so I'll just roll a d20 for now.
D20 plus Dex. Plus proficiency. For you.
All right, that's a natural 19. So
yeah. So that's gonna
that's
hit.
Okay.
A spear is a D6 thrown.
Okay.
So D6 plus Dex mod.
Plus 1. Okay. That's gonna be 3 damage to somebody.
3 points of damage. Yeah, so one of them is definitely hit by that.
Alright. And I'm going to take my move to just hop down.
Sure.
After taking that throw.
Do you move up towards the front of the line, or do you kind of hang back a bit?
I hang back behind the front line because it wouldn't make much sense to run directly into melee and then say, okay, now hit me.
Sure, makes sense. Alright, if that ends your turn, then we are going to move to Dokai, the Catman.
Dokai Kien. I will run full speed into that line, that second line.
Sure. So you're running directly at someone, right?
Yep.
Okay, as you get in melee, they are going to take attacks of opportunity.
Sure.
And they are all within 5 feet of each other, so you're going to get 3 attacks of opportunity.
Seems fine.
Let me just go to see their modifier quick. So the first one is going to be a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to be 9 points of slashing damage from that guy. The second one's going to be a 15 to hit.
Nope.
And the third one is going to be a 17 to hit.
Yep, just hits.
Okay. And that's going to be only a 1. So that's only be a 4 more points of slashing damage as you run up. And this line seems like they're much more adept fighters than the ones you were previously at. So you see these big, thick, curved swords slashing at you as you dance away from one but get slashed by the other two. And then it is your turn.
Okay. I will go for the one that hit me first.
Yeah, definitely.
I will attack him with my sword. That is a 15 to hit.
I definitely think that hit. Yes, it does. Although he's gonna use his. Oh no! Remind me. I'm gonna do a rule thing. If you hold an action, which they held their attacks, then you use your reaction to attack, right?
Yes.
It uses up your reaction.
Yeah.
Okay, then he can't use his reaction to parry, so you definitely hit. All right, roll for damage.
The idea is your action is making the decision to wait.
Right.
That is 9 damage.
9 points of damage. Nice.
I will attempt to stab him right in the gut.
Yeah, and you do get the thin line of blood as you cut open his shirt as he just jumps back, and the other two, before you can get that last thrust in to take him in, the other two that were attacking kind of like go at you and push you back a bit.
And my bonus action, I will patient defense.
Okay.
That is my turn.
Nice. Alstus, you are up.
All right. Well, who's closest to me? Any? many people?
I am.
The battle has pushed up about, 5-10 feet or so from where you originally were. So you're kind of like looking over the backs of the heads of your guys a little bit at them, though they haven't pushed forward. At this point, only Dokai is close to.
Alright, can I
he
get
would
a
be the only one
visual
really. Yeah,
on
yeah.
any of them? Alright, I want to take aim with
As long as you're. Yep.
with a needle and launch it at another target.
Launch away. Did you want to launch at the same one that was hit by the spear Euphoria through?
No, I'm gonna go after a different one because I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm trying to take out somebody else here if I can. All right, so I'll roll an attack. And let's see, throw. Okay, that is going to be a 14 to hit with the first roll.
A 14 is just gonna miss.
All right. Oh, just the regular, just the crewman.
Correct. Yeah. So it does seem as if they threw the fodder forward, and that first line of "we don't care if they die" is dead. This second line of defense does seem like stronger combatants.
All right, I'm gonna just stay where I am then. That's fine.
All right. Perfect. All right. With that, Blanchett's crew pushes forward again to get up to where Dokai is, and they're also going to press their attack. But it doesn't go so well. So a couple of them are hit at that point when they go up. One of them, not expecting the, opportunity, not an opportunity attacks, but the held attacks that they have, is actually cut down. So you are down one more fella. But you now have people with you. So, like Dokai, you're up at the front, and no longer do you have 3 guys on you, right? They're all kind of distracted, as 11 right now of Blanchett's men, as well as Murray, Acid Face, Basil, who you haven't ever talked to, but you decided to name anyway, and Maya. Maya is there, kind of keeping her way back and just jumping forward to try to jab with her dagger in between people as they press on. Back to the top, it's going to be the baddie's turn. At this point, the only person that is going to be attacked is going to be Dokai, and it's at disadvantage, correct, because you patient defense?
Correct.
Cool. So that's going to be that's a natural 1, so I'm not going to roll again because it doesn't get worse than that. Would you like to take an attack of opportunity against this guy?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so he goes to attack you, but has to quickly, almost turn way too much of his body as he parries an attack from one of your compatriots there, leaving himself way too exposed to you. 24 is definitely going to hit. Sorry. I was talking too quick. I didn't let you say what your number was. Yeah, roll to attack on that.
6 damage.
6 more points of damage. Alright, nice. With that, the skirmish continues as now it's fighting just a bit. People behind this line, and it really is like a tight-knit line. They're able to hold their form quite well with the pressing attacks, and the people behind them are just looking on, trying to figure out the best way to proceed. Okay, at that, who is next? Euphoria, you're up, man.
Alright, I'll take a few steps forward, and gripping my great sword, I'm going to take a big swing.
Yeah, you watch that
Oh,
one.
it's a maul, not a great sword. I don't know what I'm saying. Great sword.
Maul.
Maul.
You watch that one member of Blanchett's crew get cut down, and you just step right in his face, swinging the maul.
That's going to be a 14 to hit.
14 is just gonna miss.
Really? Oh well.
As you do, he is just barely able to step back. Although he looks at you as if you obviously are a stronger combatant than the guy he just cut down, and he takes a little bit more of a defensive stance, not knowing what's coming for him. That ends your turn?
Yep.
Dokai.
I will continue to attack the same person.
Alright.
This time I will try to go for the kill.
The third 14 in a row. That is also not going to hit.
And then I will, as a bonus action, I will swing at him
Sure.
with my fist. And that will also not hit.
Yeah, their morale at this point is up pretty far. Their backs are pretty much against this cart that is in the middle of their deck, right? Like it landed flat, and you can actually see the wheels spinning as
Did
it
it
is
break?
just.
Did it break Did it break the deck at all?
It is absolutely through the top part of the deck. Yes. Yep. It has broken through. Half of it is hanging out. It's holding it up in this very like surreal angle. Alstus, you're up next.
All right. So they're backed up against the cart.
They are backed up against the cart. Yeah. Although their line is holding well, they're feeling good. But that's the point at the boat in which you are.
All right. Let's see what I can do about that morale. I'm gonna go. That's not a good idea. All right. Well, I'm gonna start rocking the elevator platform like it's a giant swing set.
Okay. I would think that would be. I would give you athletics or acrobatics on that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take the acrobatics on that one.
Sure.
Let's see if I can make it happen. Oh, that's pretty good. 16. 16.
16 is gonna hit. Oh well,
That's
sorry,
with
you're not rolling to
disadvantage.
hit. So
No, I'm not. I'm not rolling to hit.
Okay, so as you do that, you really get it rocking. And Blanchett at first is like, "What are you? All right, you go!" As he's just like every time it swings out, just yelling at his men, trying to egg them on. All right, so you have it swinging.
I have it swinging. And
Pretty
what I'd
fair.
like to do is if that was not my action, I have something else I'd like to do.
I would say that was your action.
All right. I accept that.
Okay. Because as a you know what I mean? Like it would take more than just a.
I will wait until my
Okay.
next turn.
All right. No bonus action, no movement. You're just swinging around.
I mean, I guess bonus action, I would prepare. I don't know if this would be considered a bonus action, but I would light up a torch.
Sure. Yeah, I would say it's probably an action, but I'm okay with that. You got a torch.
Hey, whatever I get away with.
Yep. You can get away with that one. I like it.
All right, take it.
All right. So with that, Blanchett's men are going to try to push forward again. Did I just get a natural 1 on a percentile? I spelled that correctly. Rolling D100, right?
Yep.
1.
Okay. And low numbers are good for Blanchett's men.
There you go.
Oh,
Let's see.
Everybody was watching the gnome swing, and
that side of me was
distracted.
so real morale boost.
I'm gonna say since you were boosting morale for me, can you roll a D8 for me? Alstus?
Oh yeah, I can roll one. Sorry.
Yeah, give me a D8.
Going full Beverly Hills Ninja on them.
6.
6. Holy shit. So yeah, you cut down. So this line was a line of 8 people, and you cut down 6 of them. Or not you, but you. with your distraction of
They
this,
just-
you haven't
they-
even done
huh?
whatever the fuck you were trying to do. Everyone, Euphoria is able to get his mole under someone's chin, everything. The only people left alive right now are the person that Dokai was fighting and the one that was hit by the spear. Those are the only two in this line. And the people behind it, man, I've been rolling good for
Is a
Blanchett's
spear
views.
in this guy? Is a spear sticking out of him?
No. You did it only did 3 damage, and he has a lot more health than that. So, all right. But with that, it is going to be their turn. So the spare guy is going to recognize you as the guy that hit him with a spear, and he's going to come towards you, trying to hold a line, trying to do what he can as he's watching people get cut down left and right. That's going to be a 17 to hit.
Just barely hits.
Okay.
Wait, there aren't only 2 left on the entire ship. though.
No,
That's just in the
no.
line. Okay.
Yep, that is like this half of the ship.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Sounds good.
They're they're coming in waves. I got to do something to make things interesting. I do try to make what is the damage on this? D6 plus 3. Okay. Ooh, roll D6 plus 3, man. There you go. That's going to be 8 points of slashing damage.
All right.
And then the one that you've been attacking, Dokai, is going to go right back to going after you. And that's going to be only 13 to hit.
No.
Which I don't think hits you, yeah.
Not quite.
All right. Euphoria, you are up after that.
All right. I'm gonna try to swing at this guy again. Let's try. Let's see what we got. 17.
Yeah, definitely. Roll for
Okay.
damage.
11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. Wow. Damn. All right. Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
Yeah. As he's kind of like looking left and right, he starts to back up, and at that you just swing and you try to sweep his leg, and you do get a bit of his thigh under it, and you feel the impact as his leg almost goes numb and starts to fall to the ground, but he's able to just keep his feet. Dokai, you are up.
I'm still gonna go for the one that I'm on.
Sure. Yeah. Well, a 20 will definitely hit.
No, that's modified. Never mind.
Modified, but still, damn fine roll.
8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. All right.
Oh, the rolls are very good today. Another 20.
Ay, caramba.
Okay. All right. Anything else you're gonna do, Dokai?
Yes, I will strike him. Cat's paw right under the nose. For 8 points of damage.
Man, another 20. Okay, eight more points. That is twice in a row. 2 identical. Well, the dice you rolled is different, but the damage is identical. That's fucking sweet. Cool. All right, that ends your turn.
How is he looking now?
He is on the cusp of looking rough.
Ah, the cusp of looking rough.
On the just under the cusp by a hit point. So I'll give you he's on the cusp of looking rough.
Understood.
Okay. Alstus, you are on a swinging trapeze of death. What would you like to do?
Oh boy, I cannot wait. All right, so here's what I want to do. I would like to brew up a very special drink for these boys. And what I want to do is take in my rope. I want to use my bonus action to command the rope to attach itself to my jug of alchemy, my
Yeah.
water skin of alchemy, and then command it to move 10 feet over the ranks of the enemies.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, done. That's your bonus action.
Before I do that, I whisper to my jug of alchemy. I whisper, oil, and I'm gonna dump out all that oil on those boys down there.
All right. On the next line back, then, right?
That's right. Yes, indeed.
Okay. So you definitely can do that.
And I'm gonna brew them up a Gundungaram cocktail and drop the torch on.
Lord. There you go. He got away with it.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till I swing all the way back, and then wait till the perfect moment. I'm swinging all the way forward again, and then just drop it.
Oh boy.
Roll a dexterity like a ranged attack.
We want this
to-
boat.
I don't give two shits about this boat.
Okay.
That's a natural. Well, 17. The other one was natural 20.
Yeah. 17 will do it. You see and this is the line behind. You love your fire with this fucking character.
And I'll wave goodbye to my jug because that's it. That's the end.
Yeah.
Not coming back from this one.
As this thing goes and it hits, and all of a sudden it lights up as people start running. Some people jump overboard into the water. It is an absolutely grisly sight.
Woo!
If I may, real quick. Thank you, G Mahatma, for your Amazon Prime subscription. Welcome to the Scuff Dick Club.
G Mahatma, look
Welcome
at you. You're
welcome.
a fucking champion. Fucking champion.
Don't spam the emote. We're trying not to kill it. Thank you.
That's what it's all about, though. Okay. Alstus, can you roll a perception check for me very quickly?
Perception? Sure.
Yeah.
Not my strong suit. That's an 8, but bright side, it would have been 8 even without disadvantage.
That's okay. So that's good enough to see out of your peripherals, the corner of your eye, that one of Blanchett's men had started climbing down the rope, right, to try to reach you guys in this battle and help out. But this pendulum motion sent him flying as you watch him crash, belly flopping into the water.
Wow, it's better than the fire.
Just that is true. That is true. But so that is also happening. People are screaming. People are running. That ends your turn.
That's it.
Blanchett's men do not press the fucking attack at this point because there is a raging fire now behind them or before them. Blanchett, as he's going, turns to you with like a look of horror on his face, going, "What are you doing?"
Listen, buddy, I've been doing this the entire time. It's at least the third time I set them on fire.
But they do surround the folks that you, Dokai, and Euphoria are fighting. So they don't attack them. But they are entirely surrounded. And on their turn, in fact, they are going to drop their weapons and put their hands up. Because they are having none of that shit, entirely surrounded by all of you, and only 2 of them around.
What I would like to do is I would like to put my maul and I sort of onto the deck, and the guy I was fighting is still alive, right?
Yes.
I take my cigar out of my mouth and I go light this, will you?
And he's just
In
doesn't quite know what to do as he grabs it from you. The battle is still going on. Only these 2 guys have surrendered at this point.
Light it.
Well, you can do that. Yeah, I mean, your turn is next. Roll intimidation check.
Would I have advantage due to the flames behind him and being very pressed?
The flames and all of your compatriots
Yes,
surrounding
but you
him.
have disadvantage for being
You
exhausted.
are
from the
Yeah,
exhausted.
spell.
Yeah.
so you can roll. So it comes out to
Finally.
a straight roll. Yeah.
Come on, baby. 22.
There you go.
All right. So it's not his. It's not their turn yet.
You're forcing someone to be your caddy for you in this thing. That's great.
I love how you took it out of your mouth, like you just had an unlit cigar. You're
Well, it's
I
been
mean,
the same
by
thing
now,
for the last 2
it's
weeks.
the same one.
by now it's probably stopped being lit.
Okay. So he has it in his hand, and he will move on his turn. Dokai, what are you doing?
Is there anyone else that's still visibly fighting?
There are still potential enemies, but currently there is a big shitload of fire either on them or in front or between you and them. So not any melee type people to fight at this particular moment.
Okay. Does it look like there's like a leader, like their captain, or
Make a perception check.
somebody who's making orders, barking out orders?
Yeah.
It's the guy with the cigar.
That's a 6.
A
It's a 1.
6. If
The
there
natural 1.
Yeah, if there is, you cannot tell who it is, especially because this fire's starting to grow pretty high. So between that, the bodies covered in oil and burning as they're running around, it's hard to kind of see through that to who might be the leader.
You've really gone and done it now, Alstus.
Oh, that's right.
All right. So anything you would like to do on your turn?
No, not particularly.
Sure. All right, Alstus, anything you would like to do on your turn as you're still on this pendulum?
Yes, sir. I do. I want to jump off. Right up against where like the line is, but not so close that I'm going to land in the fire.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Do a backflip.
I'm going to do
Why don't
I'm going to do a barrel roll.
Roll an acrobatics to try to get exactly where you want to be.
I will
Off a
do that.
swinging platform.
It would have been it was a natural one.
Yeah. With a natural 1, I'm gonna say you land a little bit in the fire. Just a little bit.
luckily, I still have some hit points left, so that's fine. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna scurry out of the fire if I can.
You're gonna take a 3 measly damage.
I don't know how
3
measly that
fire
is.
damage.
No. All right, so that's fine. Can I see any bogeys, or is it pretty much just the fire at this point?
Pretty much just there's no enemies real. I mean, there's some kind of in front of you a little bit, but they're on fire.
Well, that's fine. I don't mind about that at all.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a flask out of my belt, and I'm gonna lob an acid splash at him.
Sure. Yeah. Roll to attack.
Let's add insult to injury. That's not an attack roll. That is a save on their part.
Okay.
And they both must make a dexterity saving throw.
It's 2 of them, right? You can get 2.
I can hit 2 with that one.
Do they get anything special? They do get slightly. Why do I keep wanting to roll a d6? That doesn't do very much. Okay. They have so the first one is going to get a 21.
He makes it.
And the second is
He
going
makes
to
it
get
too. God dang. Well, okay, that's fine, I guess.
Does that hit them at all?
No, if they save against it, they don't take damage.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna back up behind our line then.
And as you do that, you watch Acid Face absolutely like flinch back away from you.
All right. Well,
He
always be dramatic.
he's not a big fan of acid after getting the nickname Acid Face.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, you know what? Now it's something identifying. At least he's not Basil. He has a feature.
Yeah, Basil is faceless. He is.
All right. That's all I got.
All right. Okay, and with that, Blanchett yells, "Put out the fire! We need the boat! We need the boat!" Although I'm gonna say,
And all these enemies are taking damage during the time they're on fire, right?
oh yeah. They're a lot of them at this point, they go after Blanchett's guys, but those that haven't jumped into the water are probably gonna work on doing that. So Blanchett's guys do kind of like run around the deck. They find some buckets
On
used
oil
for bail.
fire?
They're trying to do what they can. They're only just lowering it into the water now. I think it takes more than a turn to like get the water, get it up, and pour it on. But they're working on doing what they can. Yeah, they are trying to save the ship at this point.
Are we out of combat at this point?
Not really, because there's still shit that's gonna happen. You're out of immediate people attacking you danger.
Okay.
But there are still people on the other side. And as a matter of fact, on their turn, as the rest of the people start to just run off and try to jump into the water, one of them tries to go, doesn't quite make it, and just falls down face first, just writhing in agony. You hear from the other side of the ship, "Blanchett, you son of a bitch! Get off of my ship!" And that's pretty much it. I can say we can probably be out of combat for now, because unless someone's gonna jump through the fire to attack, it's probably gonna be
Does this guy?
Well, I mean, I get something.
Does he attack? Does he pass me my cigar? Is what I need to know.
Oh yeah. On his turn, he
Alright.
definitely goes over and lights it.
I want to finally do a thing. As my reaction, I want to accept the cigar.
Yep. That is your reaction.
Oh my god! Finally.
All right. Well, if we're out of combat, I'm gonna walk up to the flame wall here.
Yeah.
Sorry. Do you want to do something, sir?
I have an idea. It's a long shot, but I heard that this sometimes work if people like me do this. And I pray to this guy that my dad used to tell me about called Sazish. I'm gonna hope that he hears that I need this fire to go away so I can go back home to my horse.
I can get this fire right away from you, sir. Don't worry about it. I walk up and I cast Thunderclap right against the flame wall.
Okay. So you're attempting to push the fire back?
I'm attempting to blow the fire at to create a shockwave that's going to blow the fire back at them again.
All right. Well, the fire doesn't save from your shockwave. Thunderclap.
No, what I do is I crank my hand and I gather up a charge of electricity and I slam it forward and I try to blast the fire into them.
All right. I'm gonna say it does, in fact. At this, it shoots some of the oil that's on the ground just gets thrown up. The body of the guy that fell on the ground gets thrown back 10 feet into somebody else, who both go crashing into the water. However, what it also does is it pushes the fire onto more of the ship, right? So at this point, most of kind of the front middle-ish of the ship is now ablaze. The carriage that you guys threw into the middle of the ship is also on fire, as it is. The whole thing is just burning. Blanchett jumps down from the platform with Musha slowly trying to do the same behind him. And he says, "We can't! You! And he goes over to you, Alcis, and kind of like grabs you by the collars. And he says, "Stop setting fire to my ship!"
Well, it's already on fire at this point. What do you want me to do?
And it's absolute chaos right now. Blanchett's men are trying to slowly get enough water up and throwing it on the fire, but at that point, it's just growing. It's gone up the mast that holds the main sail, and at this point, something that I did not foresee happening. The entire ship is soon going to be set ablaze. So what would the lot of you like to do?
Can I try what I said? Is that a thing that I can do, or is that not canon to whatever's going on?
You can pray.
That thing? Would that be like just a religion check, or what?
You can do a religion check as you pray.
Well, it would have been a whatever 10.
Yeah, no divine intervention at that
well.
particular moment
Oh well.
to help you
What
out.
can you do?
But other than that, what would you guys like to do? At this point, you are in this kind of little gully away from the main waves of the ocean, but otherwise you are looking at an extremely tall sheer cliff with some rocky outcroppings towards the bottom on one end and just wide open ocean the other direction.
I would punch a couple pieces of wood, like from the ship, that are looking like they're kind of busted already.
Okay.
And I'd say, it looks like we're going to have to swim, boys. And I'll jump in to the water.
Okay.
Some like floaty driftwood pieces.
Sure.
Are there any lifeboats?
There are not any lifeboats.
What? On a ship?
There are.
What about like a longboat or like a boat that they would use to be getting to shore?
These ships are made to kind of go right up onto like a shore and then be pushed back out afterwards. So they don't really have anything like that. If this ship goes down, that's pretty much the end of things for them.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of just stand there for the time being and hold my action. I mean, I'm resistant to fire damage, so it's not bothering me as much as pretty much anyone else. So I'm sort of just observing for the time being to see what happens.
Yeah, and I think as everyone else is starting to back up just with the heat of the flames, you just are holding your position and really trying to get as good a look around as you can. Not quite as unnerved as everyone else by the massive heat coming towards you. At this point, again, you hear that voice from the other side of the ship yelling, Blanchett! Blanchett, my fucking boat! You son of a bitch!
I'm going to walk through the flame towards the voice and investigate the voice.
Okay, I would say you're going to take half damage on a d6 of...
That's fine, as I approach?
Yeah, as you walk through, so 3 is going to be halved to 1.
Okay, I take 1 point of damage.
1 point of fire damage as you just walk through the flames. There are a couple people there next in front of what is obviously the captain, right? It's this this woman who's dressed in pretty fine leather armor and has a sword in her hand, very short cropped hair, as she's just screaming through this fire at the man she knows is on the other side. And as you step through, she just continues to yell. She's on the very front of the ship, just holding on to this piece of rigging, as the two men kind of in front of her like stop and like are standing guard in front of her.
I put my hand out. How do we survive this?
She stops for a second and says, "You have condemned us all to death. You followed a fool here."
A fool.
I have no argument with that whatsoever. However, I'm a man who desires to survive more than anything, and I doubt that you would rather die under these waves than work with someone that you hate to survive.
Roll a persuasion check.
10? At disadvantage? 10.
Disadvantage of 10. Okay. She kind of looks around for a sec, kind of at her situation, and says, "We don't have a choice. There's nowhere to go."
What floats? Besides wood, before you want to say that. What floats? What would you use? You're a smart captain. I'm sure you have something reserved for yourself.
I have nothing. This is my ship.
You tie some barrels together?
There are
And-
barrels below deck. We can't get to them from here.
Alright. What do either of you think? What are we going to do?
As
here?
this is all going on, I'm backing
Yeah.
up to the elevator, and I commanded my rope to attach itself to the elevator, and I'm
Sure.
going back to the elevator.
Yep, so you are up on that platform.
Great. I'm going back up. I'm not doing this anymore.
What are you, climbing up the rope?
I'm commanding my rope of climbing to attach itself to as a safety line, and I'm going up. Fuck this.
Just hand over hand, just looking way up, and you're just like, all right.
That's only 60 feet. That's fine. Whatever.
Well, I'm sure...
Only 60 feet. Back to what? Back to
the
Prison?
cliff face where we dropped it. I designed this son of a bitch.
all right. Okay, you're climbing.
Hey, that's fine. That's what I'm doing. I have advantage of climate, so I'll just take that if I can.
Sure. Yeah, and you're held tight by your rope as well.
I'm just gonna say to her, our only option is to go back up to the prison.
She kind of looks at you like you're absolutely fucking insane, and says, "I would rather die."
Then die, and I leave, and I go to follow in the direction that Alstus went.
All right, you take an additional 2 points of fire damage as you walk back through the
All right.
flames. And yeah, you do. You can. A bunch of the men are there, and they're now that they've seen the boat is lost. Blanchett is under it, just looking up at this elevator, looking up at Alstus as he's climbing the rope, and he's just like, I can't go back there."
Can I have your hat as I pass him?
You say that to him.
Yeah.
He looks at you and goes, "Absolutely not."
Oh well. Thought I'd ask. And I go up.
Okay, yeah. Where are you right now, Dokai?
So I would have jumped in the water.
Okay.
But I would have been actively looking for like a sandbar, land, anything.
Sure, make a
Maybe-
perception check.
Maybe another ship in the distance.
Lucky number 7.
So there are some rocks like jutting out kind of close to the cliff face that you could like climb onto. Nothing that would be like comfortable to be on. Nothing, you would be a bit precarious. Anything close by that you can see. But there are places you can go to get out of the water.
Okay. I would probably start going towards a rocky outcropping then.
Sure.
So I don't have to sit there in the water and keep getting wet.
Yeah, you're this cat like on this piece of rock surrounded by water as it's splashing up towards him. So yeah, Alstus, you have climbed back up to the top. You look down to see your good buddy doing the same as he is hand over hand climbing back up to where you are as well. And you just look out as you see people dotted swimming in the water all around, trying to find something to hold on to or some way to get out of the water themselves. And you're watching this boat there just absolutely burn.
All right. Well, once I get back up, I'm going to look down to see how far Eugene is away from me.
Was getting caught on fire part of the plan?
Is there anyone else on the rope climbing up?
Not currently.
All right. I'm gonna tie off my rope of climbing. to some kind of outcropping here in this cave, and then I'm gonna wait for Eugene to get up here.
Yeah, and he does fairly quickly. But I do want Mr. Euphoria, as you're climbing up, can you roll a perception check?
7.
All right. I'm gonna say you don't notice anything then.
Okay. I don't notice anything.
Okay. So you do get back up to the top towards where Alstus is.
How's it going, buddy? You doing okay?
After a while sitting there watching this burn, you do now see, as you look around Dokai, there are people just swimming around, some just waiting and holding on to pieces of driftwood, other people on just these precarious pieces of stone jutting out from the sea, like you are, all around. So people trying to take a couple climbs and then slipping back down, going up the cliff face itself. People of Blanchett's crew, people of the crew you attacked. You see Blanchett and Musha themselves not too far apart from one another, as they... Ooh, I got a cat really, really close to my power strip right now. And through all of this, you are watching as this ship is just flames high, burning in front of you. There is now no one living on that ship, and it is going down rather quickly, sending out a bunch of smoke up into the sky as it burns.
Beautiful.
What's wrong with you?
What do you mean?
What's wrong with you?
I did my job.
We could have got out of here. We would have been out.
Oh, please.
Now we have to become kingpins of this prison.
Listen. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, just bear with me here for a hot minute.
All right, I'm listening. What's your brilliant plan now?
My plan is to take a nap and go to sleep.
Wow.
That is my plan.
And there are 6 other guys from Blanchett's crew up there with you guys as well, by the way, that did not make their way down. They're not coming after, they're just, you're part of their crew as far as they're concerned, just as a heads up of who else is up there with you. Yeah, so it starts to get warm after a while, particularly for Dokai, and because once the heat from this flaming ship starts to die down, as pieces of it start to just fall into the sea, sinking, it is pretty close to midday. You've been out here for a while now, and the sun is starting to beat down, and there's nowhere to really get out of it. It is rather uncomfortable, and like I said, these 2 guys are, taking naps, whatever they're doing up top, but Dokai, you are back down towards the water, with this platform still just hanging there, but at this point, it's quite a ways up from the water itself. There's no longer a ship deck to get that helps you get towards it. Dokai, you hear and see Blanchett just quietly sobbing to himself as everyone's his shoulders just kind of go up and down, and he's just, that was my ship. You were.
I'm gonna say to him, what did that key go to?
Roll a persuasion check.
14.
Okay. Musha, who's not too far off from you guys, kind of like snickers, and he goes, "If the key is lost, there's no point in being out here anyway." And Blanchett goes, "Speak for yourself. I don't want to go back in there. I miss the sun. It's so fucking hot. This is miserable."
Why would all be
Ugh.
lost if the key is lost?
And while Blanchett goes quiet for a little bit without people willing to commiserate with him, and Musha says, "I have worked my whole life to bring that key where it belongs. That ship was to take us there. All that time, all that planning, it's wasted."
Where?
An island.
We
An island.
can get another ship.
Look around. You have to remember, Craven, she had access. She had access to the same hole in the wall that we did. The reason she and her people never escaped was because, and he just gestures out to the ocean, there's nowhere to escape to.
We could get back up to the city and charter a boat from there.
City is surrounded by a wall. How do you swim up the canal that is so closely watched? How do you... Gujar is... If we climb here, we will get to the guards. The guards that sit atop these cliffs.
They will not know that we were imprisoned.
It's impossible.
For you, maybe.
Alstus, were you... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Not for me. This is something I could do.
And he just kind of like shakes his head. And he says, "The key is lost anyway."
Maybe.
Okay. He doesn't catch anything with that, maybe. Alstus, are you taking a nap?
Oh, so dang tired.
All right.
I'm getting a wink of sleep last night.
While you're taking some Z's, Euphoria, what are you doing?
Thinking about what the future holds. Honestly,
Okay.
thinking more about finding religion. Thinking about those thoughts I was having, especially if I'm gonna be stuck in this place,
Okay.
not sleeping.
Roll a
just thinking.
perception. Roll a perception check as you're kind of just like sitting in this hole looking out towards the sea.
It's a fat 8.
That 8. So you're not, you're just kind of like spacing out as you look. So this thing gets pretty close before you're able to notice what it is.
Okay.
Or before you even notice that it's there, and it's going into the little not alcove, but I can't think of the kind of inlet where the people are below you. And you notice one, and then as you look back, there's actually 2 others behind it, and they're ships.
Ships?
They're ships. Yeah, there's
So
3
it's-
ships, smaller and a bit more agile than the ones they were at it, but all seeming to be well outfitted, and all with the Gujarian family crest of the Sabir family on top.
Sabir family. I forget. I can't remember if I'm affiliated with them or not or anything like that. I
No,
genuinely can't remember.
they are the ones in charge of the sea walls.
Okay.
Was that the correct? Yes, that's what the
I-
Sabirs did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm asking my former Sabir is what I'm doing. Yeah, okay. Then it would be the Sabir family. So yeah, they are coming, and with you notice them just about the same time as Dokai and the rest of them as they're coming towards you. And someone on the lead ship starts yelling out, "You are all escaped convicts. You will surrender yourselves, or you will die here."
I'm assuming they're talking to the ones that are in the water.
Correct.
I sort of slap Alstus awake. He's been asleep for like 25 seconds, but whatever. Wait, look at this. Alstus,
We out. What of it?
look. They're getting
Shit.
double arrested.
Well, hell, man, that's not good.
Yeah. It's been a while. It's been probably better part of a couple hours for this thing, to like finish burning up, for the sun to rise. It's been a little while. That
All
this
right,
has happened.
cut the lines, drop the elevator, and give me like 6 more hours. Good night.
I look at my big hammer. I look at my maul, which is not a bladed weapon, and go, okay.
Yeah, and then one of the a couple of the other guys, they can't really reach all of the wires and everything, so they actually just start like trying to pry the mechanisms out where they're connected, and just kind of send the whole confection down into the water. So they're working on that for you. But the people on the boat are looking very skeptically and not knowing what it is, this big platform that you were able to bring down. But they start moving, and Dokai, I think you're pretty close up against the wall of this this cliff, so they're probably going to get to you pretty close to last. At this point, Blanchett is just openly weeping, and they're going slowly, trying to like pull people out of the water that have been floating around, and they're making their way towards the lot of you.
All right, I'm gonna say, Musha.
And he just silently looks over towards you.
We are going to get arrested again. But we know now we can escape through that wall.
They see it as well.
Maybe. Where does the key go? Where is the island that you spoke of? It doesn't matter now.
It's far to the east. My father explained how to get there.
Do you have written directions?
No.
Leave Blanchett here. We should escape.
And Blanchett is just, what? That's a terrible plan. Do you have a way to get away?
Somebody has to be the distraction.
How will you even get away?
We have to swim. And quickly.
He's just looking out to this ocean, looking out to this big open area where you are, and he's just like, well, you should be the distraction.
I'm gonna throw him in the ocean.
Okay. And I think you just managed to do it, right? You just catch him off guard, grab him, and toss him, and he's just and just splashes into the water.
Come on,
Musha looks at you, and he says, and he kind of squints his eyes for a second, and he says, "Do you have my key?"
Yes. If you want to get to where you want to go, you need to come with me.
Let's go.
And I'll jump off the wall and start swimming towards the cliff face.
Sure, yeah. Musha just jumps right down with you and starts following you. Taking your direction. Some of the other people that were like silently stopping and waiting to like get arrested again, like see you going, and then they're like, "Yeah, fuck this," and they jump in the water too, and just are like at different speeds, at different swimming ability levels, just trying to take off in different directions.
Yes, perfect. More fodder.
I would head towards where I saw the platform falling.
Sure. And at this point, I think it's in the water, right? With plenty of that rope from above, and like the big metal pieces that were affixing it to that cavern wall also falling, like, better part of 80 feet as they crashed into the water as well.
Okay, I would definitely head towards there, and I can climb. So
Yeah, the platform is there. But it's now just like literally just a floating piece of wood with plenty of rope and stuff attached to it, and two of what are probably anchors at the bottom, those metal pieces they were affixed to that are now dragging across the bottom of the water.
well, the rope is probably pretty wet, but I would try to use my claws to maybe cut some of that rope.
Okay.
And use it so that Musha can kind of maybe climb with me.
Where are you trying to climb though? Because the rope is just in the water.
Well,
it's not affixed to anything.
So I have like a climb speed in my claws because I'm a cat. So I think I can like climb. I can literally climb like natural. Like I can probably climb the cliff face.
Sure. Oh, that's right. You have a climbing ability from your racial feature. Cool. So you would kind of take some of the rope, you affix it to Musha so he doesn't. So he's kind of attached to you, and he's not just gonna fall back into the water. And you start climbing up the cliff face. Yeah, I think that's doable. And it's slow going as he's trying to find handholds and footholds and everything. Every once in a while slips, and you have to brace yourself as he finds them again. So it's slow going, but you can start making your way up. Yeah. And after not terribly long, while the guards below are finishing to grab up the people that couldn't, unlike you, they can't climb up the face of this wall. They're just trying to swim away, and they're obviously not quite fast enough to outrun a boat, and they're all getting arrested as you are making your way up to the top and then pulling Musha up with you. To that, you do look down below, just see, you can just barely hear out in the distance the screams of Blanchett as he is hauled onto this ship.
Serves him right.
And I think, guys, we can end there. The three of you and some people, right back where we started, in the prison at the top, and not really knowing how to make your way out of here. You are there with, let me say again, 6 members of Blanchett's crew,
Our crew.
your crew now, everyone else has been arrested, including Maya, Murray, Acid Face, and the great and powerful Basil.
Great.
All of our NPCs.
Every named NPC besides Musha is either just been rearrested or is dead. And I think that's where we're gonna end it, guys. Sometimes I give you a boat and y'all set it on fire. I did not see this being an obstacle in your way, but I'm into it. Even better, I'm not giving y'all boats anymore. You gotta make your own damn boats now.
Not
If
again.
you all spend the time making your boats, you appreciate that boat. That's what
We
I've
did.
learned as a DM in the past year.
We did.
Everybody,
We made
you
two
did.
boats.
Yeah. All right. We'll pick it up there next time. Thank you all for watching. Sorry again for the technical issues we had. Always working to make things better. And always running into more roadblocks as we do. Cool. This is one of those wonderful. I do worry a little bit that Out of the Light is a little bit too much on rails. Definitely more than my normal D&D games that I run. But if this is a rail, it's a roller coaster, and you just did a loop-de-loop because you came right back to where you were. All good.
Sure did.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll be back on Thursday with Group 2 for our other group of Out of the Light, where they have, if maybe spoilers, but not really. If you haven't caught up yet, you have a chance to. But they are floating out in the air elemental plane with a red dragon staring them in the face. So if there was an exciting, and they're level 4.
They'll be all right.
Yeah. So if there's an exciting episode to jump in, if you haven't watched our Thursday group, this is probably it. All right. Yeah, thank you everyone very much for watching. We will be back on Thursday. This group will be back on Monday. And
See ya.
have a great week. Thanks.
Click this button. End